Welcome to the Fit of Finance program's bite-sized digital training series. My name is Kemal Walford and I am the project manager of the Fit of Finance program, a program brought to you by Aston Mansfield and funded through the City Bridge Trust. This video is Financial Systems Bookkeeping and is video 5 of 9. The videos will last no more than 7 to 10 minutes and will cover no more than 3 key learning topics to help you better digest the information. Okay, let's begin. Bookkeeping and accounting are often considered very similar, but there are some big differences between the two. So this video will explore bookkeeping and help you get a better understanding of how that fits within an effective organization. So we'll be looking at the 3 areas of the difference between bookkeeping and accounting, understanding single and double entry bookkeeping, and then finally touching on some bookkeeping software or accounting software. So let's get started. I hope you have your pen and paper ready. Before we get started on the main principal areas of this video, let's get a better understanding of what bookkeeping is. Bookkeeping is defined as the process of identifying, measuring, and then recording of financial transactions. So how is this any different from accounting? Well, accounting is the process of summarizing, interpreting, and communicating financial transactions from within a ledger. The two processes differ in 3 critical ways. So, decision making. Management should not be able to make decisions based on the data provided by bookkeeping, whereas data provided by accounting can allow them to take critical organizational decisions. Preparation of financial statements. Financial statements are not prepared as a part of bookkeeping, as its core objective is to record information, whereas accounting is the process of summarizing and interpreting that financial data. Analysis. The process of bookkeeping does not require any analysis of the financial information, whereas accounting uses bookkeeping information to analyze and prepare reports. It is essential that your treasurer and your trustees understand these 3 clear distinctions, as it will help you to make better decisions in your organization's operations, and it may also help you in regards to your sustainability long term. Basic principles of bookkeeping. So, what are single and double entry bookkeeping, and how does that relate to my organization? Well, the answer to these questions is single entry bookkeeping is the system of recording income and expenditure of an organization through 2 columns, and alongside that is a 3rd column which covers the running balance. Double entry bookkeeping is the system of recording at least 2 transactions or 2 entries for each organizational transaction that takes place, a debit and a credit. Each of these must balance. And how does this relate to your organizations? Well, single entry bookkeeping can be used for small charities and community groups as long as your organization doesn't need a balance sheet for financial control purposes or tax. Whereas double entry bookkeeping is required by most charities and social enterprises that must produce a profit and loss account and a balance sheet. How can you tell which one is best for your organization? Here are some simple pros and cons for both. Single entry is best used for small charities, businesses, and sole traders. It can be easily used by organizations that rely on volunteers with almost 0 accounting or bookkeeping knowledge. Now, the cons. It is less accurate as it does not track assets and liabilities for your organization. Single entry is an absence of financial control. It's easier to make errors using a single entry system. Now the pros and cons of double entry. So the pros of double entry allows organizations to track their income, expenditure, and their assets and liabilities as a balance sheet. It is better suited to organizations that have several accounts receivable, so that's money owed to your organization, or accounts payable, money owed by your organization. Everything needs to balance using double entry, thus making it much easier to spot discrepancies. So, in conclusion, double entry is better for accuracy and auditing purposes. The biggest con of double entry is that it's more complicated and not easy to manage as a novice. So, which one of these processes will you be using for your organisation? Well, if you are a large charity or social enterprise that requires a balance sheet, then I would advise you to use the double entry process. Otherwise, it's all down to your financial policies and procedures for your organisation. Now that you have the basic principles of bookkeeping, you may wish to try out the single entry process, utilising our exercise in the link provided in the description. If you do, press pause and complete the exercises now. Okay, now that you've completed the exercise or not, we can introduce you to bookkeeping software. Now, you may have heard of some of these before or seen adverts of them on TV. We all know that bookkeeping manually can be a very boring task, so we thought that it would be useful to introduce you to a number of accounting software applications that you can get for either low cost or free. These are just some of the examples of the account software that we were able to look at. The key is to ensure that you pick the right software for your organisation and one that's not too complicated, as when people leave your organisation, new individuals will have to learn that software from scratch, potentially. Now, if you're not comfortable with software or applications, then we do still have a toolkit available for your organisation that's based on the Excel format, which is available in the link below. Additional resource links can be found on the slide. This includes the Charity Finance Group's main site, which has a large selection of useful resources for you to be able to access, and also the special interest group that's dedicated to charity bookkeeping. If you'd still like some help and support with your organisation's establishing of your financial systems, then please click in the link below. Thank you for taking the time to view this video, and I hope you found the information in it useful for your organisation to either get started or to just refresh your memory. Best of luck.